Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. Today, joined by
Jeppe. Howdy.
from Mohus. We can also say that.
Yeah.
And ex-Hazy Bear. So we're trying some more beer today, and we're trying some haze from Brujos. Very well, I won't say up and coming. It's just hype already. Like
Absolutely.
It's blown up. The marketing and everything about it is really good. And Sam behind it was a home brewer before, and I think that's where he kind of started it with the marketing and everything. But he's been at Great Notion and a few other places. Brujos got European distribution, which is fucking insane. People are lining up to buy this stuff.
Yeah.
And then one variation, one can, went into distribution around Europe, which is just crazy. And it was mega fresh, packaged on the 3rd of March, and it came a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which is just like, how the fuck do people do that? So, yeah. So this is a can of, so I'm usually not the biggest fan of triple IPAs, but we're 3 people, so it's a good beer this year.
Exactly.
But they can also be really good if they're hopped to all hell. So this is a triple dry hop triple IPA from Brujos, made in collaboration with the Veil called Infinitum. And I fucking love this label.
Yeah. Look at the shirt also. Like it matches up.
Oh my lord. This is just, there's so many details. I didn't notice there's like skeletons here on the side.
It's so crazy. And like the whole, what can you say, the graphic universe they have created is super cool. Like it's like black metal stuff, and it's a cool way to promote it.
It looks a lot like metal album covers. I dig it. So yeah, the special thing about this one is that it's a triple IPA where they put in quite a few different honeys. So they use raw Oregon wildflower honey, peach blossom honey, and was there a third? And then they also use honey malted oats.
Yeah.
And then it's triple dry hopped with Nelson Galaxy and Citra Cryo. So 10.3%.
Yeah. And logically, like you would think it would be very sweet when it's about honey. But what do you think? Do you think it's gonna be?
I have a
sweet stuff.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you add honey in the boil, it's gonna ferment out, and because it's a simple sugar, a lot of it, it's gonna make the beer dry. So I think it might make this a triple IPA that's more drinkable. But people usually jump to the assumption when it says honey on the label, it's gonna be really sweet. I think we'll get some nuances of honey maybe, but I'm not sure it'll be sweet. But it might be. It could also be because they added it post fermentation and back sweetened or something. But I usually don't think you do that with an IPA, because most people who back sweeten, they also pasteurize.
Yeah.
You don't want to pasteurize an IPA, so.
Bad idea.
Yeah. So let's check it out. I mean, this is very murky and very hazy.
And very light in color still.
Yeah.
Like,
very
really cool.
bright. I mean, that's one of the things with a lot of the more modern hazies from the west coast of California and also Oregon and whatnot, is that they have these milky, bright white colors.
Yeah.
And it looks very saturated. Let's check out the aroma. It smells pretty good. It's not like bursting out of the glass though, which I expected a little bit. But it's also really cold. I just took it straight from the fridge, and maybe it could do with warming up a bit. But I think with triple IPA, that's always a gamble, because sometimes if you just take it out of the fridge, it's perfect to drink, and then you take it out and leave it for 30 minutes, and then it's boozy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a balancing act.
It's a difficult style because it's a balancing act.
Yeah. But I'm definitely getting a lot of Citra.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of that melon quality from Galaxy as well.
Totally.
And I don't know about the honey. Definitely I'm getting a lot of cantaloupe melon type.
Yeah. Maybe it's more in the taste if it would be, but I don't know.
Maybe there's a slight floral edge or something. But let's try it.
Yeah.
I think it's the chilledness. Also, before we try it, thanks a ton to Beer Dome for this beer. We got this one on Beer Dome. I talked about European distributions. It's nuts. Beer Dome got this. That's where we got it. So check them out. They, of course, don't have any more because it's a Brewhouse beer. It's sold out. But check them out anyways because they get stuff like this.
Good guys.
Yes.
Cheers.
It feels really saturated going into the mouth.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of alcohol to it, and it's definitely dry.
And a small hint of green in it in a bit. Yeah. But that would also be with the saturated part in it, but not unpleasant at all.
No.
Really, really nice. But I kind of like a little bit bite to it.
Yeah, I also don't mind that there's a little bit of a bite. It shouldn't be like
No.
Screamingly green plant mattery. But sometimes I think it could be nice when there's a little bit of a bite in hazies.
Yeah.
Also to maybe balance a little bit of
the alcohol, maybe.
Yeah, and whatnot. But it's definitely a very, very, you can feel that it's a very saturated beer. But I think maybe it's a little too cold.
Yeah. But still really, really well balanced for a triple IPA. It's so hard to balance that kind of style. Yeah. So kudos for that. Yeah, I would say.
And it's actually it's not cloying. It's not too sweet at all. There is some sweetness, but it's definitely got a pronounced dryness. And I think the alcohol also it can add sweetness, but there's a little bit of like an alcohol dryness in the mouth in the end as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you taste honey?
I don't know. Maybe the more well-rounded taste in my mouth, I get this hint of sweetness that balanced out by a small green bite in a way, and the alcohol helps out with making it more interesting in the mouth. So I think it's a quite cool beer. Like I have had a lot of triple IPAs when it started coming out, and I've tasted a lot of horrible triple IPAs. Yeah. More horrible than good ones. So I would say this one is in the top tier in a way of all the triple IPAs I have had in my time.
Yeah, I mean it's like crazy drinkable for what it is.
Yeah.
And the mouthfeel on it is exceptional too. Like it's really rounded and soft and really pillowy and slick. In terms of flavor, I get a lot of melon on this one. Loads of cantaloupe melon. And like honeydew melon, like plethora of melon flavor. I think it's been a while since I've had like a beer that's been a hazy that's been this much on like that kind of profile.
Totally.
And there's a little bit of citrus. I think Nelson is actually like more underplayed than I thought it would be.
I think so. Like the Galaxy is more there than the others.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that like diesely white grape on the end. But it's super light. I think it's definitely Galaxy that plays in.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see if they have tasting notes. No, they don't actually. It's always fun to see what brewers also say that their beers taste like when you then try them. But it's also, of course, also like so. This is a month in a can, so still plenty fresh. So, but it's not like I don't know. Maybe it's because I had super spicy Thai food, but I feel like I'm lacking a little bit of a punch.
Yeah,
personally. Like. It's definitely fucking great triple IPA, but I would like a little bit more, as you say, a little bit more green, a little more dank, a little bit more layered, like tropical flavor. I don't think what I like about this, though, as it warms up, I don't think it would be cloying as with a lot of triple IPAs.
No, I think like this is craftsmanship. Really, really great craftsmanship. Would I love a bit more wildness to it? Maybe a hint more, so I can see like. So well crafted and well thought out with the honey malt things in it also I think and also the honey things. Yeah,
there is a little bit of like the malt backbone where there's a little bit of something that's almost a bit like gullkorn.
yeah.
What are they called in English?
Maybe like frosted.
It's a cereal where it's puffed oats.
Yeah,
which is coated in honey. It's called gullkorn in Danish. Honey Monster was the mascot in the 90s and 2000s.
Not called honeydew something.
Gullkorn.
Yeah, but what are they called in English?
Honey, whatever. Honey O's.
Honeydew.
No. They called him Honey Monster, and it was like a very hairy yellow guy. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, that's a fucking deep cut, man.
Yeah, he was on the labels. I think I had him as a profile picture when I had long hair at one point on one of those on MySpace or something. I guess I don't know, very deep cut. But yeah, and I think like Galaxy for sure is the dominant with Citra being like sweet citrus, but it's a very like fruity soft Citra. There's definitely some kind of tropical multi-fruit juice type vibes. I think it's really good, but I'm not like I've had triple IPAs I like more. But again, it's just not my favorite style either. I'd love to rather have a double or a single instead. But this is what we got in Europe, and I think we got the triple because people. I think a lot of people are more excited about this.
Yeah. So what's the scale we're rating on here?
The 100 scale.
The 100 scale.
Yeah. So like a 4 on Untappd will be like 90.
Ah, okay.
So for me, I put this in like maybe like 93 bracket, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 94 as it warms. I don't think, like for me, 95 is world class, and that's like that 4.5. And I don't think it really hits that.
No.
For me personally, I need a little bit more like brightness, dankness, all this stuff as well.
I think like as a triple IPA, I would rate this as maybe a 93, 94. As my general rating, I will give this maybe 91. I would say 91. Yeah. I will put it at 90 to 91.
Thanks a ton to Beer Down for the beer. Now I remembered it. But if you guys had a chance to try Brujos Infinitum, triple IPA made with the veil, let us know what you thought of it. And as always, comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And of course, also check out Beer Down. And we're going to say cheers.
Cheers.
And see you guys in another beer review.